we've got to start with your search for a new striker. Right, 6 names on the list at the moment. There's Hugo Etekite, there's Dominic Solanke, Patrick Schick, Chris Wood, Divock Origi and Sardar Azmoun. This list, by the way, is growing by the day. Who particularly stands out there, bearing in mind the fact that we're told you want 2 strikers by the end of the window, but 1 this week?
Yeah, 1 this week is definitely a must with that Watford game on Saturday. At the names you mentioned there, I mean, Azmoun would be kind of like a gamble, but kind of a low cost. It would probably be the cheapest one out of the lot, and he's been on fire in the Russian league. But whether them stats will back up in the Premier League, I'm not so sure. For me, if there was one that we can go all out for and get, it's Patrick Schick. Been on fire in the Bundesliga. I mean, I think I read the price quoted of 50 million. That to me seems reasonable. It's an odd one because as Newcastle fans, we're not used to being linked with genuinely quality players. But who knows what's realistic for Newcastle anymore? So for me, Schick's the one. But although I find it interesting that last night apparently Chris Wood has a release clause at Burnley. I mean, I know that's not the most glamorous of signings, but we're crying out for a focal point. And we saw that in the FA Cup at the weekend. He could really be useful in this relegation fight.
Hi, Sam. Now, there's a mix of players in that list with Premier League experience there. Is that what is needed more than perhaps a player who hasn't played in the league before to get you out of this situation quickly?
I think it's a good point when you look at someone like Etekite, 19-year-old French wonder kid, a lot of pressure to put on a 19-year-old to steer the richest club in the world away from relegation danger. That's where Chris Wood would come in. But again, for me, Schick is that outstanding quality. I think he could have a similar impact to what Papi Cisse did when we had our one good season under the previous owner. When he arrived in January, I think he's the one. But we need someone to come in, hit the ground running, because we desperately need 3 points on Saturday.
Sam, it isn't just up front that needs strengthening, though, is it? We need, obviously, the defence as well. We know they've had bids in for Sven Botman, and that's failed. So is he the type of player the fans really want to see at the club?
Botman would have been lovely. He really would. You're talking about one of the best young central defenders in Europe. And for him to, and he was teasing us as well. He was liking Instagram posts of him in Newcastle shirts. But the deal seems to have taken a bit of a pessimistic turn, which is gutting, really. Obviously, other names have been linked with, like Tarkowski. I mean, Burnley surely won't sell. Like, they wouldn't sell Chris Wood willingly, hence the release clause. Other names have been linked, but Botman was the one. He could have been our Vincent Kompany in that. You look for the future, you start to build a solid spine of the team. He could have been our central defender for the next 5 to 10 seasons. I've seen Badashile from Monaco being linked this morning. He's another 20-year-old centre-half. But yeah, the defence is in big need of improvement. We've got Trippier in, that's fantastic. It's a fantastic start to the transfer window. It's almost exhausting. We're not used to this. We're not used to this at all. I mean, I feel sorry for Keith Downey. He spends so much time in and around St James's Park. The previous owner would have tried to charge him ground rent.
Sam, you sound like you're having the time of your life, mate. You're linked to every single player in Europe. You can get whoever you want. Where else do you think Eddie Howe needs to strengthen?
I mean, look, we know striker and a centre-back is priority. After that, you'd probably look at a box-to-box midfielder. And then there are other areas of the team that could probably wait till the end of the season, like a goalkeeper, for example. The goalkeeping department used to be pretty strong at Newcastle, but I don't know what seems to have happened this season. They're not bailing us out like they once did, Darlow and Dubravka. But if someone like Dean Henderson's available, I think that's a no-brainer. Yeah, but I would look towards a real box-to-box quality centre midfielder, like your Aaron Ramsey, if he's available on loan. That would be lovely. But you're going to face competition for these players, and is everyone up for the fight? 19th place in the Premier League. It's a big deal, this game on Saturday. It could look pretty grim, or it could look a hell of a lot better. So time will tell.
No, okay, I think you might be feeling confident about that game on Saturday, though, Sam. Come on, right, great to speak to you. Maybe not. Thanks, Sam.
Cheers.